Hello, I'm Orlando Zabel, and this is Late Night Right. Now, last night on episode 3, we had an audio issue in the first 10 or 15 minutes of the live stream. So, what I'm going to do is be recapping that section of the video because we weren't able to save any of that audio. Anyway, let's get started. We started with a title page of a screenplay. It was called Assassin 101 by myself, and this is placed in the top one third of the title page. The the title itself is in capitals. Then you have a space, and then you have by, which is capital B, lowercase y, another space, and then you put in the writer's name. And this is where you would have an opportunity if there was two or possibly three writers on the script. This is where they would all be added. And then we have to go down to the bottom of the page on the left hand side. You would Down there is where you add in your phone number, your email address, and a company name if you happen to be working for a company. And that way um anybody you send it out to knows who that script belongs to. Now, we went on to fade in from here because nothing starts without fade in, which is your capital letters FADEIN, period. And the whole purpose of that is this is the beginning. Anything after that is all in film. From there, you go to your first location, straight up. In this case, it was an exterior rooftop on an office building. And the for a lot of people, they'll start with an interior, which was fine and dandy because that would be possibly inside an office building. But there's also the interior slash exterior or exterior slash interior. Either way, it means you're starting in one place, inside or outside, and it's a continuous shot with the camera following you to the next part of the location, which would be from interior house to exterior driveway, which means it'll be continuous. There's no break. That's why they do it that way. Um, Other than that, then you go into your action lines and start filling in your details of that location, the people who are in that location. We do need to have an average of what their age is, a bit about what they look like, because that'll lend to all of your ambiance of the whole thing. Like if it's, I don't know, any kind of people, say it's somebody Bulgarian, then they would have a different look than if it was, say East African. The whole point is the one person who you've listed in there would be somebody who would most likely do those things that you have written up in the script. Now, the other, doing those things would be completely foreign to them, which would be fine if it was you're trying to do a slapstick comedy or something along that lines. But if the whole point is that this is taking place in a Bulgarian city, well, then you have to go with the norms of the place. And then from there, we moved on to the next scene and into the on monitor. And those were errors that I deliberately left in the script so that Kaz could fix them while we were watching the script. Now, you could be listening to this at the same time as you have the other video up, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about because we pulled up the script so to show you physically on there how you change it and to its proper format and the whole layout so that everything stays consistent because that is the biggest thing about all screenwriting, book writing, any kind of writing really, is to stay consistent with the style that you were using. You know, everybody has their own style, but there's still some rules you have to have because technically one page of a screenplay should equal 1 minute of actual film time. And for that, that is why they have the format and the spacing as they have it, dialogue where they have it, and in smaller sentences so that it actually takes up the physical talking time it would take to run that into 1 minute for one page. And I think right about here is about where all the audio came back in. And I mean, you know, of course, if I should have checked to see if we had any weather systems going on between me here in Canada and Kaz in Australia. And so it turned out, yeah, there were two big storm systems between us at that time. No, if I'd realized that, we would have pushed it off for another hour and not started until 12. But doing this instead, it's going to work out pretty good. So thank you all for that have already had a watch, and I hope you find this helpful.